There you go. Hi, Kaoutar. So we're actually now live. I think on Facebook.
Okay.
So, do you want to like go notify your team so that they can share to your Data Hub pages?
Yes. I mean, that's a
Here.
very good question. Yeah. Um, let's. I think it's recorded anyway, so just
Yeah,
let's.
it is recorded.
Is your Facebook connected to Instagram?
That's the part because it's not recorded to Instagram. But what we can do is like I'm recording this session now. We can just upload it using IGTV.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. So let
Finally,
me
we are in technology, but I mean,
I
unbelievable.
know, right? It's something that we really can't what do you call this? We can't do anything. Like these are tech difficulties and it's crazy sometimes. Because there was also a time that it was a big event for SHEeo and then my laptop just froze in front of me and I was hosting it and I just got kicked out of the room and I had to restart my laptop because if not I think it's crazy. Like I don't think I'll ever be prepared with tech difficulties. It just
Yeah, it's
happens.
okay. It's okay.
Yeah,
The most important is we finally found a way
I know.
out.
Okay, here you
Eventually,
go.
eventually, we could have done it on LinkedIn.
I know I haven't done in LinkedIn, so maybe like because you're more active on LinkedIn too, so I think I need help on that.
We'll work.
I think
All right.
yeah. All right, so hi everyone, welcome back here. Now it's a Facebook Live, not an IG Live, but again, we will be recording this so that those who actually attended the Instagram Live will be able to watch this high value, high vibration, highly intentional Instagram Live. And if you don't know me yet, my name is Maine. I'm a signature life designer and also the founder of this home for modern women entrepreneurs, the SHEeo Society. So today we have here Kaoutar Abdallah. She's the SHEeo and the founder, of course, of DataXHub, which is a very, very amazing edtech platform, which is the first in the UAE. So I did a very, very big introduction a while ago. So apparently that I wasn't able to save that, and I feel like I have to like maybe we can just walk through them through our conversations because I really want to get down into the Q and A's, and this time we're talking about integrity and integrity is very important as business owners, and right now we are gonna dive deep into that. So Kautar, thank you so much for your patience. It's crazy. I know.
But I think it happened, and it's part of how real we are to also show when it's going wrong and when it's actually going right. So it's fine. I think everyone would understand.
I
And
know.
but very
Yeah.
happy to be here with
Happy.
you. Thank you so much for the invitation, mate. Thank you.
Of course, of course. As I've said a while ago in our private conversations, anything for you, anything for Data Hub, anything, anything. Of course, our club is also open for anyone, for all those out there who are a part of the Data Hub community. We're really open to that. In fact, we're celebrating also Pride Month this month. So we're all about inclusivity. Anyway, let's start with the Q and A's, Kautar. So we're gonna change the format a bit because I'm sure there will be no questions anymore. So I'll try my best to ask you the questions instead and infer to all those things. So first things first, Kader, tell us about Data Hub and how did you come up with this initiative?
So as you mentioned on Instagram previously, but I'm gonna repeat it, of course. Data Hub is a first edtech educational technology startup here in the UAE, which is aligned with the United Nations 2030 agenda of sustainable development goals, mainly regarding quality education. So our startup main goal is to enable youth to socialize through knowledge by breaking the limits of education and knowledge simply by merging knowledge, education, and new technology. So we are actually a team of 6 members. Me, myself, Rhea, Tracy, Lynn Noor, and Laurent. We've been on this journey for almost a year now. Um, and we are very passionate about this field. For us, knowledge and education are meaningful and fundamentals, and I think it's very important to rewire youth with education, but in a more entertaining way, and to really break the framework of traditional education.
I love that. I love actually love what you're doing because I'm a firm believer of, what they say, learning never ends. And in fact, I always find myself right now, even if I'm not in school anymore, I would just like join webinars, workshops, or even like, how important it is, Skelter. I don't think people just don't talk about it. Like I just want to hear your thoughts about it. Like how you should be, as I've said, like tune into the right frequency. Like you have to follow thought leaders, those with added value per se. And with this what you're doing here, you said it's also like a shareable like content, right? Like can you walk us through with that? Like how can we share what we know? Can we be mentors as well?
Of course. So the Data Hub platform is actually three different projects combined together. So we launched recently in February, mid-February this year, 2021, the very first part of the project, which is the social media platform that will upgrade youth experience to enable them to socialize through knowledge. So basically, it works pretty much like any other social media. However, we have couple of main features, which is the type of content, the format is open, so you can upload article, podcast, and video that are knowledge-based content in any topic. It's I mean, the goal behind this is to give 100% exposure to their
Mm.
creator, to the youth. Their content is rewarded. So basically, we are converting every likes into points that they can use for
Oh,
coffee shop, for bookstores, for restaurant as discounts. So they have a virtual wallet.
wow.
More of that, we hope that this content that it's, by the way, it's important to mention it, moderated. So every single thing that goes live on the platform is read, verified to make sure there's no plagiarism, copy paste, and so on. Because we would like to, with all this content, have a database of quality educational content for those that are less unfortunate and have access to a free knowledge-based content for them. Moreover, we are through one of our feature, which is collaborative work, trying to build digital bridges between youth in order to have some skills and competence transfer. So, for instance, all of our work we used to do in university have a lifetime of just one time. We don't reuse them in the future. So through the platform, any essays or article or any quality work you have done during your studies will be also welcome on the platform to prove also and share your knowledge, but also eventually to help other students in other university or students that unfortunately do not have access to such great content. um, and it is full of great other features. As of now, we are quite a good community of around 200 users.
Wow.
We're still ongoing. Of course, there's another project which is Women Hub that has been mentioned earlier, which is a co-developed program with different entity, governmental, but also a startup like yours, where we are trying to combine and help women in their entrepreneurial journey, but also self-development here in the UAE, but also abroad, um, Philippine included. The last
Yeah.
project that is launching in September, eventually in another session, I'll be able to tell you more about it. But it will be a great innovation, we believe, in the educational field to really get for youth a mentorship, tutoring, quality, and accessibility in the country, abroad, and to really help them since nowadays the trend and the new way of studying is digital and it's online. So I believe it is very important to give the right tools and the correct one for the youth to help them.
Yeah.
So soon in another session we'll be discussing about that. So this is about the journey of Data Hub.
I love it because, like, when they say, like, when you talk about education, like, for everyone, like, what? Studying again? It's so boring. But, like, how you sculpted this space, it's like you were able to, like, gamify it in a way, like, every likes that you get, you can exchange it with something. And then so that you can avail coffee and all of that. Because those little things actually adds value, like, for me, I love that. Like, it would really push me to, like, contribute to the community, and it's truly is like a very, very nice innovation, and I can't wait. Like, I'm so happy that even if we're not on Instagram, we're able to share this, because I want the SHEeos to understand that these are the things that should push you forward. And just to share to everyone here, Kautar and I actually met last year. We go way back when the pandemic began. It's actually our friendversary, as I would like to call it. And actually, again, it was in the middle of the pandemic, and that time I remember you were a one-woman team. I remember we were alone, like, like, it's so, and me too. Like, I have a team, but it's just, we're still, it's just me and my head of social. So technically it's just us transitioned from my previous company, and we're just learning the ropes. Like, how do we do the SHEeo Society right now? But in the process, like, if you can you walk us through the process of how you grew Data Hub, because now you have a team and you were able to amplify your mission. How did you do it in the span of a year?
That's a very good question that I've been asked actually a couple of times. So I'm going to share with you my secret. um, See, main, I'm a deep believer in the law of attraction. So for me, you attract what you inspire to be or inspired to do. In February, when I thought about Data Hub, I mean, at first, the idea of gathering a team was not there in my head because by nature, I'm someone who does a lot multitasking. So I do quite a lot of things by my however, at some point, mid May, I mean, when we met actually, the need of having a team started to be there because we're a technology startup. So the development part, the coding is a huge part of our activity, of our business. Um, so, at first, when you're an entrepreneur, you have your concept, your project, you treat it like your baby, and you do things you're able to do everything by your own without delegating anything, which I thought as well, of course. So I started to learn coding. I started to learn digital marketing. I tried to design the logo a couple of times. How can I say that? It was just a huge failure. And this is when I actually learned that every one of us has its own speciality. And regarding this particular topic, you should know where is your limit and when it's the right time to get people on board to help you. So, this particular moment, I admitted I need a team. I cannot do this alone. And I think you do succeed when you're a team, not when you're alone. So, long story short, Destiny was there, and I had to post like I remember it was just a quick question on social media. Was looking for a content creator, and the little sister of my best friend sent me my who's today our leadership and emotional intelligence specialist, Rhea, profile, who's a psychologist, of course. And we just chit chat. We had a coffee, and I told her about the project. She was convinced, and she introduced me to Lynn, who's our graphic designer, and Tracy, who's our digital marketing specialist. And starting from there, us four, sorry, became the founding team member of DataXHub. And from there, these four ladies until today remained with us and with me. And of course, we had people come and go and so on. But I think it was just destiny. So it's funny how I didn't really have to convince that much these ladies to join, simply because we do share the same vision, we do share the same principle and values to share, give back to the community, but also have knowledge as a fundamental of our society, was there. So for me, it was quite easy to get them on board, and I'm forever grateful and thankful for my team to be here by my side every single day, and being here, working so hard, giving everything they can to support this amazing cause and I mean challenge we decided um, to overcome. So I mean, yeah, the story behind my team is a bit emotional, but it's a beautiful one.
I know. I mean, I first of all, I'd like to congratulate you for being able to delegate even because like not all entrepreneurs are like very open to delegation. Like you're correct with what you said. Like there was a point in my life when I was starting as an entrepreneur, I just want to do everything on my own. And then I realized like why am I getting burned out? Because you know how like we're doing it all like on our own, and that at some point we have to, you know, just ask for help, and it's totally fine. And I love also what you said, like you attracted them because I feel the same way with my team right now. And honestly, it's something that I had to go through before also, because I was just, I think my journey back then before SHEeo was very outward. Like I haven't, I was forcing something. But now that I'm more aware of my values, I think it really is our guiding star, no? How did your values become your guiding star, Kautar?
I think it's your I think when you have deep belief, and you're deeply convinced about certain things, it just drive you. um, I don't think there is a proper translation that your value become like a sort of guidelines for you. It just drive you, and it becomes part of your lifestyle.
Yeah.
It's part of yourself. um yeah, and I think through these value you just um over see, excuse me, you have more visibility and so on because of this value, and it kind of shape how you see things and how you would like things to happen. So I think it's more of a how hardly convinced you are, and how badly you want something to happen with your value. It just drives you so hard. And what you're actually highlighting is quite important, because I think we're probably going to discuss about this later on. But you know, a lot of people will try to copy paste certain type of businesses or ideas, and without having this value, this you know, energy that pushes you to do a startup, a project, anything, then when you're going to face down, then you will not be able to continue,
Mm-hmm.
because what is going to be left? You're not convinced, you're not you didn't create it, you just copy paste someone else. So deeply inside, it's not your value, or it's not what shape your vision. So it's very difficult for you to continue. So it's very important to stay unique, to keep your values. If your surrounding are sharing the same value, then it's a great advantage. If not, just keep having them. And I mean, trust me, it's a source of energy that you can never even imagine if you don't experience
Yeah, I agree. So, like with what you said, like that's like the energy. It's totally different when you're coming from here, from here. And
it.
honestly, Kautar, like some of us out there still have so many limiting beliefs of ourselves. That's why I feel like self awareness is very very important. And like you and I, what we're doing is that we're trying to like encourage and empower our mentees or like our community to reach their full potentials, not just um of like just a woman or a person of today, or as a citizen of today. Was there ever a time that you were at a disadvantage, especially you being a woman in your profession, and how did you stand your ground?
I will say I'm fortunate enough for not really facing this situation in the UAE. Um, it is an inclusive society where everyone find their place, and can be a woman, can be a man, as long as you have the belief and you're a hard worker, you eventually can make it. But I'm aware that around the world, especially in patriarchal society, it's kind of difficult to make it happen when you're a woman. Although I was actually, and I'm currently still facing a couple of challenges when it comes to my age. So I am young, and sometimes when you don't have those gray hair, it's kind of difficult to be credible when you talk to people. So you gotta keep convincing and trying your best, and which is totally normal. Of course, everything needs hard work, but eventually it would be easier if you would be if I was older, you know. So my age was and is sometimes problematic, but I'm very, I mean, thankful to have a board of advisor of older people. My mentor, who's the chairman, Sheikh Abdul Aziz, who is also here for us. So yes, being a woman in other countries is totally tough, and sometimes you will get the opportunities. You won't get the opportunities that you deserve just because you're a woman. But also your age sometimes can be a disadvantage. I think what you gotta do is to be confident enough to just like keep going straight forward no matter what people say. You're a woman, you're young, you're a young man. No matter what, just keep doing what you're good at it. My mentor used to always tell me there's no obstacle, there's only challenges. If you think you deserve it enough, hard, go and work hard and be unique in what you do. And you will see you will attract people, and you wouldn't need anymore to go and convince people. So they will come to you.
Mm.
And those words is something that I remind myself on a daily basis because I listened, I heard what he said, and I've done it, and I keep doing it. And indeed, you do attract people. So it requires you to have this mindset and a strong personality to just don't let any word impact you on a personal level. People will keep criticize you. People will keep finding, like the dark side of your personality and challenge you, but it's part of your growth. And I think if you're strong enough and you're confident enough of what you're doing and you know you're doing for a good reason, then it will happen, no matter your gender, your age,
Yeah.
nationality, and so on.
Yeah, I love it. So inspiring with what you said, because I agree with you. I've had that situation where my age was at a disadvantage. So like imagine feeling like that as a young woman. We're young, we're a woman and everything else, and you're trying to do a business. It's so easy to to just fall down and not push through with it. But I feel like what kept me going is that I have my ambitions. I want to achieve something. I want to serve. I want this is my purpose. So that's really is a strong power source, right? Like what you want to achieve and even the things that you wanted to do, what you want to serve.
100%.
So yeah, I mean, oh my gosh, ladies, it's a different conversation. Something more on a private setup. But like going through the process also of growth with the SHEeo Society, like initially I thought I would just be talking to modern women entrepreneurs in general. But now we have, like as I've said, it's a common cause, a common purpose, a common goal. The community just got bigger and bigger. And even so, even with this massive of like a big, not really massive, but like we do have a good community, very very supportive. Thank you all for who are still here watching. There's still those who don't have access to what we do, maybe because they don't have internet, they don't have the right materials or the right equipment for that. This is something that is I find very challenging because this question just appeared to me when we celebrated Women's Month. And I realized, like, you know what? How can I even celebrate women out there? It's not just my community. So, Katar, like, now that we have this online platform, right? How do you think we can reach those out there and inspire them to be their authentic and highest selves, even if they think they have so many things that limits them?
See, what I've noticed lately is that here, for instance, let's take a country that I know pretty good, it's the UAE. So in the UAE, you have, of course, big hubs such as Dubai, Abu Dhabi, with great opportunities, great energy that actually drives you to build the impossible. Okay. Um, but you have, because of that, as a consequences, a surrounding of competition. So you gotta be very unique to differentiate yourself from the majority out there. Those women who unfortunately do not have necessarily access to those opportunities or the internet or education, because it's still in 2021 happening, they are not aware of what's going on in other hubs, in other big city, developed one, and so on. But it doesn't mean that deeply inside their potential is not great, you know? They just need this push to unlock it and the good opportunity to make it happen. Um, I think personally, in the 70s and the 80s, when internet was not there, when Instagram was not there, although it's not working properly today, but when all these apps and technology was not something people would use because it just didn't exist at that time, you had great association for women. You had great support, sisterhood, project, and so on, because people used to attract other, so women used to attract other women and support other women thanks to their relationship at a human, emotional level. So it's not all the time about how you can reach people with internet technology. Yes, it's a great thing because you can actually reach in other country. There's no borders. There's nothing. You just reach there anytime and it works. But in our society, as human beings, we still need this human relationship. When you go, you knock someone's door, you help them
Yeah.
physically, you act, you do something for them. It doesn't need to be at a huge level, a very high level. It could be at a smaller one and slowly growing within the community. So I think the most important is first to be aware that outside, all around us, there's other women like us with probably better energy and ambition than we do have. And it is essentially to keep having the giving back to the community mindset and go help them. It's not all the time about money generating income. You need to leave a legacy once you live this life. And great legacy I remember usually because they change society, they help other people. It's not you just left a $1 billion company after your death, you know. So it's really about your vision and how do you perceive things and how you would like things to happen in the future for yourself, for your kids, and so on. But for me, the best way is always to connect with people in real life, naturally. Put your ego on the side, go and talk to people. They're human beings like you, and they're just waiting for that, you know. And that's it. And I think, and we all know for sure, and these are facts, that the greatest success came from people who had nothing and started from the bottom, and they left great legacy behind them. We are very lucky to start from a higher level, which is an advantage, but those people start from scratch. So you can imagine their ambition to do and to build is 1,000 times bigger than ours.
Yeah.
So I'm sure, I mean, going to these people and trying to create this contact can only bring positive outcomes.
Yeah, I totally agree with you with what you said. Like that ambition just really is the power source. And honestly, I've been talking a lot about that because one realization of mine, like when I was, I'm gonna open up a little bit for everyone watching. Before I used to like having I'm young and everything. I used to have that so much hate in me, and I was blaming everyone around me. I was blaming those around me, like it's all your fault. That's why I didn't progress as a person. And going through my healing, I realized that that happened to me because I allowed myself to be, because I believe that I can't do anything. And I know it's for some people, I know it might sound a little bit crazy or what, it's hard to do, but there is like when you change that mindset of yours, that you don't blame everyone, but it's more of like, I'm simply being me, and I deserve more, and that you expose yourself out there. That's when everything will actually happen. Everything will just simply fall into place, and you'll be surprised, like, oh, yeah, those are challenges, but like I stayed true to who I am, and everything just, it was all okay. And for everyone watching, that's where me and Kaoutar actually met. Because we reach out to each other. And I think one of the things that I wanted to share to everyone, why I called it Citizen Femme, because Kaoutar speaks French. So if you want someone to teach you how to speak French, that's Kaoutar. I speak little French, and I just learned it because one time I saw DataXHub post that you were speaking French, and I said, "Oh, this girl can speak French. I need to learn also." And it's something also, it's so funny because like why I call it this way, because Kaoutar was one of the very first SHEeos that I talked to outside of the Philippines. So the whole global SHEeo campaign that I've been building since last year was actually started when we met. And simply being in this conversation with her is really empowering because she's also doing a lot of her, the startup ed tech, and mine with the SHEeo. And I feel like simply having these conversations, these, sometimes it's very difficult to talk about this, right? But having that word out already is very empowering. So Kautar, my last question right now is, do you have any advice to all the people out there, not just women, because it's also Pride Month, so I want to include them also, and to all the gentle fellows watching right now, who wants to actually serve. So I'm talking about service, well, for the greater good. Where do you think they should start, and how?
Um, so what I'm gonna say is based on my personal experience and also on my mentee. So I'm mentoring a couple of people from 22 to 45 years old, woman and man. And the common thing that I always notice is confidence. So, um, being confident is really the key to unlock your potential, to unlock your energy, and to go and work really hard. A lot of people are actually not comfortable enough in their body. They are afraid of what people might say or not, about what people will think, to show up on videos, on meetings, webinars, and so on. And also, other people are, it's not about not convinced, but it is somehow, for instance, you have an idea, you are convinced that it's a good one, but then you start comparing yourself with others.
Mm-hmm.
And that's very bad, because what's going to happen is that you're comparing yourself. You don't know the person's journey. You don't know the hard work the person did. We usually compare ourselves to our start to the end or the middle of someone else's journey. So it's actually not equal. You're here, you're comparing yourself with something there, you know? So it's not proportionate. That's one. So if you start by doing this, what's going to happen is that your idea, your project, it's just going to appear to your eyes like nothing. And you're going to just lose your confidence and be demotivated. So very, very important, first of all, is to be confident, to be strong enough to not let anyone's word, family, friends, outsider, impact your energy. Put boundaries, protect your energy. It's very important to protect your energy. You cannot be everywhere. You cannot help everyone all the time. So focus on yourself, be convinced, and don't compare yourself with others' journey. Very crucial point. Then I would say admit your weaknesses. So when you admit your weaknesses, as I did when I gathered my team, it just enabled me to go faster, because I could have been stubborn and say, no, I'm going to keep doing it on my own. I'm going to learn this coding thing. I'm not an engineer, but it's okay. I'm going to learn. No, what, I'm going to waste time since when I have people who specialize in that. So know your weaknesses and work on it. And if you cannot do it on your own, let people work on your own weaknesses and help you. So accept that you're not perfect. You need to accept that you don't know everything. You need to accept that you need to be in partnership with the right people in order to build and move forward. And I think the last advice I would give is, do put your ego in your pocket. Lock and through the key. See, there's a difference between knowing your quality and being aware of them, which is not being egocentric at all. It's, you work hard, you studied, you did some self-development and so on, so you developed some good quality. So it's good to be aware of that. And ego. So ego is just something that will literally, it will create bad reputation because it's impacting people energy as well. It will stop you from learning because you will think you know everything. It will stop you to acknowledge constructive comment from others. We keep doing all the time surveys to know what people think, what's wrong, feedback, so on. You self-audit yourself, you try to fix. If you have this ego, inside of you here in the middle, then you cannot fix anything in you because you're just perfect, which is not possible, right? So I think the key for any woman who would like to become an entrepreneur is to work on herself first. As we say in a relationship, if you want to be ready, you need to fix yourself first. So that's the same, because your startup becomes somehow your partner. You think about it, you dream about your startup, your startup, you missed your startup when you're not working on it, you spend hours with your startup, so it becomes your partner somehow, and you have this healthy relationship that is created. But don't put your ego, like any relationship, if you have ego in the middle, it just breaks. So fix yourself, work on your self-confidence, attend main workshop about women empowerment, but I'm for real. Be part of association, sisterhood, women's empowerment program, and grow, invest in yourself, grow, fix yourself, and you will see it's never about a project itself. It's how you are strong enough and able to sell it and to find the gaps that people need to be filled. So
Mm-hmm.
it's really about you.
Yeah.
So that would be the advice I will give. And of course, reach out to people, get mentors, read, attend workshop. It's very important to educate yourself. Um, we are extremely fortunate to have the internet, so information is really, I mean, in such a fast way, accessible, and most of the time, you can reach out to people and talk. So do use these tools, like it's just a free help. So that would be the advice I can
Yeah.
give.
Like everything that I wanted to tell to the Sheeos, you just said everything. Like it's true. Like you don't compare your start to someone's finish or end. Then even like the comparison, because that really kills. By the way, like that confidence. Because if you're, I believe like if you're not coming, that's why I always say you should come from abundance. Because even me, like I realized that like later on when I was like, okay, like I my agenda is just to like make profits, but it's not what entrepreneurship is. It's more of like how can you come from that abundance, that space that you can still keep giving even if you had none. And that's where confidence happen, when you have that stability, that confidence, and just to push forward. That's where you should start with yourself. So it's hashtag begin within. Begin within yourselves, ladies. So now that we're nearing towards the end of our live, because I know we won't be able to have question and answers. I think we should do this again, Kautar, but somewhere like maybe on Zoom with everyone here, and like have that conversations, because you have something very very valuable, something very amazing and innovation that people deserves to hear. So we will upload this on IGTV. But for now, do you have any events, workshops, or webinars that you want us to join you, or like be invited to?
So I'm gonna do some marketing then. Um, of course, you guys from main communities are more than welcome to join data hubs. Please come and sign in and contribute with your knowledge. It is a safe space where you can upload your knowledge and your content to help others. It is really a community-based platform. So please do join Data Hub. From the other side of Data Hub, for Women Hub, we are, as I mentioned, working on a couple of partnership with governmental entity here in the country for helping women and empower them. And also with Maine, we are in the process of co-developing something really cool. So stay tuned for that. And of course, before September, we'll have another session, and I will tell you about Teach Help, which is the name of the third project of Data Hub, Teach Help, um, especially for youth, for students. So please stay tuned. And of course, I definitely push my community to follow Main's content, Main's program and project. It's an amazing program. I get a lot inspired by this. I think you're doing great, and people in Philippines and abroad do need someone like you, and eventually more people like you to help the community. So, I mean, congratulations for your achievement, May.
Yes, I'm so happy to like be able to do this as well. And now like you have so many things to look forward to. I'm just excited to be part of it as well because I really believe in what we can do. Like when they say when women work together, we break barriers. Like a lot of things to look forward to. So for everyone who's watching, we also have a mid-year review coming this Tuesday. So honestly, I'm giving it back to everyone in the community, and we're opening it up also to Kautar's community, the Data Hub community, because as I've said, we all have to recalibrate. Like, check. You know what Kautar said? Self audit, self check. See if you're still on track with everything that you're standing for, because that's the source of integrity right there. Who you are, what's within, and how you will bring it out and serve it to the world. So, if you guys want to know more about Kautar's initiative, better follow her Instagram. It's out at Kaoutar underscore Abdallah, or Data Hub's Instagram. It's at DataXHub, or Women Hub at WomenXHub. So we're just gonna tag them on the captions so that you all can follow, because you gotta support a lot of good content. As I've said, tune in to the right frequency. So thank you so much, Kautar. We pulled through even if it's just here. We definitely have to do one more time. Thank you so much. Thank you,
100%.
everyone.
Main for the invite, and it was great talking to you. Thank you, the community, for being here, and promise next time we'll find the right way to connect all the community together.
Oh my gosh, like it was a very crazy afternoon, but nonetheless we pulled through, and I hope you all get inspired to finally show up as your authentic selves. This has been me, the SHEeo of the SHEeo Society, and I'll see you again soon. Bye 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 everyone.
Bye.
Okay. There.